Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, the afternoon, and the evening, I'm glad you're here. Real quickly, just want to thank all the channel members and any of you who come in here to check out my knife, my EDC content. Today, I have got a very cool knife. I think this knife, as of today, may be my budget contender of the year so far. It may be the best under $100 knife that I've experienced. It's unique. It is from Vostede, and I'm going to mispronounce the name, but I'll have it spelled right in the description. It's the Talarurus. It's a type of dinosaur that had little horns on its back, I think, because I Googled it. But it is another one of Vostede's crossbar locks. Instead of having thumb studs, it has a T6 screwed down thumb disc. So even though that thumb disc doesn't get in the way of your sharpening path, if you want to take that off, you can. You've also got this very subtle but nice harpoon on the blade, which the body, when I first unboxed it, and I've compared them, they're not identical by any means. They're not even a copy. They're just similar in the way that they're contoured. This body reminded me of the 945, the Benchmade 945, only because it has this contoured G10 where it's almost radiused round, even though it's not. It's just knocked down, milled out, I guess you would say. But this knife comes with this. You can either get in white G10. They've still got black micarta in stock with a black blade, blue micarta, or OD green micarta with the black blade. Vostede sent me this to check out. I'd asked to check it out. It is a knife that kind of struck me because I've been a huge fan of the Vostede Dachshund, and I thought that they were a lot more similar than they are. So if you look at those knives side by side, the Dachshund, of course, is M390. It's a higher price knife, titanium, very comfortable. However, I can't really use that sharpening choil. I don't need to because it's a larger knife. You can see how much longer the handle is there, and you can see how much longer the blade is there. The blade's not terribly longer, but the handle is quite a bit, maybe half an inch. But the bar locks are done so well because the spring tension is so tight, I think. And you've also got this really nice milling around the axis lock or the bar lock. This stud or disc allows you to reverse finger flick it. I'm a terrible thumb flicker, but all you have to do is get your finger somewhere on this jimping and it'll thumb flip right out. And if you guys have seen me thumb flick before, you know I'm very awkward at it. But the reverse finger flick, you don't even have to think about it. And what I really like about this little model is it carries in the pocket great. It's about a $72 knife retail, has a deep carry clip. What I love is this same choil that is on the Dachshund. Now you've got this forward little angle here where your finger can rest, and then my thumb goes right on top of the disc and stops right at that harpoon. So it gives me fantastic grip. I really feel like I've got a solid purchase on this knife. I love the blade shape. Vostede does an amazing job sending out sharp knives. Sorry guys. Going into a little therapeutic cutter mode. But you've got the tip for detail cuts. And then that blade, 14C28N, I have sharpened it because I cut a bunch of cardboard with it just to see how it worked through cardboard. The blade geometry is very nice. It wasn't really dull. I just wanted to see how it felt on my TS Prof. And it felt good. And it's very, very slicey sharp. The markings on this knife are very minimalistic. I am not a huge fan of white G10. It's easy to clean, but I get a lot of hand smuts on them, and I handle my knives quite a bit. I know these scales can be dyed. I would have probably chosen for the micarta or one of the other finishes that they have, even with the black blade. But the satin blade's very nice. You've got this nice swedge. You've got this dynamite retention. It's almost like detent, because when you get this axis or bar lock pulled back and you let that spring take over, it really snaps it home. I don't know if y'all can hear that. But it just falls shut. Has a little snap when it opens up. Goes in and out of pocket like a champ. Even though that G10's got a little bit of texture on it, it's not going to do anything to catch the your pants. Goes in and out of pocket much easier than my Liang Ma, and I can just push it down. You've got a couple of standoffs here in the back. Some of these come with stainless or satin thumb disc. This is the only one, the white G10, that came with an off-color thumb disc, which I think kind of gives it a little pop of color. Would have been cool if the hardware was maybe blue too. You do have a reversible clip with the plate. This is a knife that was designed by Mr. Yu, internal designer there at Vostede. Really good guy, and designs great knives. Let's do a couple of quick size comparisons on this guy, and then we'll get a couple of measurements. Cold Steel 4-Max, much smaller than the 4-Max. I do not have the Baby Banter out here, which I don't need, because it looks like it's going to be right about the size in length of the Benchmade Bug Out. A little thicker blade stock, thicker handle. Let's do a quick measure. And I will leave a link, affiliate link to Vostede's website where you can get the real dimensions, since I don't measure so good. I'm guessing 7 1/4 inches overall, with a 3-inch blade and a 2 3/4 inch cutting area, with a 4 1/8 inch handle. And where I grab the knife, you're looking at right at 4 inches. And when I say 4 inches, that is from right here to right here. So that is a 4-inch grip. I didn't measure back to here. I measured from here to here. Great sharpening choil. Good sharpening choil. Gives you plenty of sharpenings there. You can see where that blade, that plunge grind comes down. But again, slams home, strong springs, very slicey flat ground blade. Let's take a look real quick at what our blade thickness is. 0.1400, and our body is going to be right over a 1/2 inch at 0.53, and behind the edge, the closest I can get, top of that bevel, 0.0165. And just an extremely comfortable knife. I've been so pleased with this. This knife, the Dachshund, is great. I love it. I love the way it feels. You would think that this clip and this cutout here would give you a hot spot, but it doesn't. The only drawback is I can't use that sharpening choil, and I sometimes get material caught in there. That has been eliminated, probably not by choice, but just in this design. Where you've got that additional space here. This comes back a little further, and then you've got more area to rest your finger. But I just think it is a great design. I think it's a fantastic budget offering. When I say budget, under $100. I love to see Vostede using some different things. The thumb disc with the nice harpoon that gives you a great place to place your finger. Materials, G10 or micarta. Just a fantastic knife. I'm impressed with what they're doing with the top liner lock. I'm impressed with what they're doing with the, I think they call it the Trex lock, the one that has the center pivot lock. I think Vosteed's a company to watch, guys. The Psyop right now is currently my knife of the year. It's between it and the Phantom, and I think the Psyop just carries some advantages that I really like. But this knife here is the Vosteed Talarurus, because there are two U's there. And I will put it and spell it correctly in the description. You guys can check that out. But I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you checking out my knife overviews, my knife reviews. I appreciate Vosteed for sending this in. I'll eventually make it a giveaway knife for one of you guys, gals. But thank each and every one of you. If you're still here and you hadn't had a chance, do me a favor and please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon. I'd love to have you back. Bell notification icon will notify you each day what time I upload videos. I'd love to have you come back and start watching my content. Most importantly, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your hearts and choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.